Fantastic Four is out, and I can't believe I am saying that. It follows four heroes as they try and save their version of Earth from a planet-eating monster. Marvel have been hit and miss over the last few years. If you know, I did like Thunderbolts, which was the last Marvel film. Captain America beforehand, not so much. Feels like these films have no direction anymore. It feels like they're just lost in the source. They get too deep into lore to the point where you have to do so much fucking homework. Ironheart came out on Disney Plus a couple weeks ago. I watched it. I don't remember what happened in it, and part of that is down to the lore that the show tries to explore through previous films. But thankfully, you don't really need to know anything going into Fantastic Four, except for base knowledge of who they are. But if you're going to see a Fantastic Four film, you better know who they are, right? They are a family of which has been portrayed pretty badly in the past. So is Fantastic Four First Steps good? Yeah, it is. I think one of the biggest takeaways for me with Fantastic Four First Steps is that it feels like it has a style for once, you know? A lot of these Marvel films feel extremely directionless. They feel like they've got no style or signature to them. Closest we got was Black Panther, and that's still grayscale. But I look at Fantastic Four First Steps and I'm like, okay, they're actually doing something unique here. They're doing a 60s vibe. They're doing all of these different things. They're doing practical sets. Finally, it's the minute little details that make Fantastic Four First Steps work for me, such as that style, that signature. And what helps is that there is a very strong character dynamic, especially when you find out that these people, they've been doing what they're doing for years, okay? This isn't an origin story. We've had several origin stories of these characters, and none of them have really turned out very good. And sure, yeah, you do get an expositional dribble at the beginning, but that's just to give you some info to who they are as people, and that kind of makes sense. And the values of which they put on each other definitely works. The family dynamic, lovely. It's wonderful. There's actually a sense of chemistry from these characters that is felt all the way through, finally. Also, there is a scene in here which reminded me of Interstellar, and I ate it the fuck up, okay? I wanted to see more of that. Honestly, I wanted to see more of that. It's scenes like that that just make me want to watch these movies more, and makes me wonder where they're gonna go. Because if they're allowing a style like this to continue, I'll be there day one, honestly. More positives. Michael Giacchino's score. It's lovely. There's an energy to it. The notes actually feel like they are put together correctly. There's no bombs like you get in a lot of these things. In terms of other things, I like the performances. The performances are great. One of which I have a bit of an issue with, which I'll get into. But everyone else, they nailed it. My favourite being Joseph Quinn. I actually think that he is becoming one of the better actors working today in the younger side. Even though I think he's overexposed like Pedro Pascal, which I'll get into, he just radiates Johnny Storm. He is Johnny Storm. But now let's talk about Pedro Pascal, who didn't work for me, unfortunately. It might be the overexposure, or it might just be the whole feeling icky about his character, and the CGI around the stretchy stuff, which had me laughing a couple times, to be honest. I don't know, but it just didn't feel like Mr. Fantastic, and I don't buy him as the smartest man in the universe. I really don't. There are a couple things that I do have issues with. I don't like the fact that Ben Grimm is kind of put on the side, because I think that he's one of the more unique characters in Marvel's catalogue, and you don't really get a good sense of who he is as a person in this one. There is this tiny little arc to do with a love interest, which, to be honest, I want to see more of, because at least there's some kind of character development there. Other than that, I do think that there's not a lot going on with Ben, unfortunately, because a lot of the time is spent with Sue and Reed, which is understandable because they are the leaders. So don't expect a lot out of Ben Grimm. And hey, I like Galactus. What can I say? He is threatening, dude. Like, you see him and you just instantly run away. And Ralph Ineson's voice, perfect. It does have like an Ant-Man 3 kind of feel in the third act in terms of what they do with the villain, but I do really admire what they did with Galactus. The dude's cool, what can I say? In terms of other issues, there is a huge plot point to do with a child, which didn't work for me. Probably because the CGI on that baby was so fucking rough that it kind of made me laugh, but you know, it's camp. It's camp. Kind of fit into that like early Wachowski kind of feel, and part of me digs it, but part of me just doesn't. To sum up, Fantastic Four First Steps, good time at the movies. It ticks off all the boxes it should. It also ticks off a couple boxes it shouldn't. But regardless, I had a great time, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the MCU goes, because I feel like we are finally getting back on track. Just stop with the fucking shows. I'm gonna give Fantastic Four First Steps a 7 out of 10. I'm happy I saw it. You know, I've been wanting a Fantastic Four film for a while. Glad we got it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me down below what you want to see from me next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.